and thank you, Francis. And I'm in the kitchen with chef and owner of The Hungry Cat. So please welcome David Lentz to our show. And now I know your restaurants it's very popular, but it's primarily seafood. And I know that you love seafood. So how did you come up with the idea that you wanted to be doing nothing but seafood?
Well, I grew up in Maryland.
Oh, okay, that's it. There you go. That's it.
Says it all, right?
Don't have to say anymore.
I don't need to say anything else.
I still got it.
And so I grew up on the Chesapeake Bay, and my summers were spent sailing and crabbing and fishing with my parents. You know, you've seen a Maryland Crab Fest,
sure.
right?
Oh gosh.
So those are my memories. You know, sitting at picnic tables, eating crab, shrimp, drinking beer, watching my parents drink beer. And I want to kind of recreate that. You know, it was super fun and unpretentious, and that's what we try to do at The Hungry Cat.
Okay. Now today, what are you going to be making for us?
Today I'm going to do, it's kind of my take on surf and turf. So we're doing some chorizo, Mexican chorizo with clams, little Soffrito, garbanzo beans, and black kale. Basically a stew, kind of like a clam stew. And it's pretty versatile. You can kind of use any sausage you want. You could use pork in place of the chorizo. We happen to, you know, like the chorizo. We make it in-house.
Great. Oh, we make it in-house.
Why is it called The Hungry Cat? Where did that
let's bring it in. Let's bring The Hungry Cat. Fish in, no cat in.
Yeah.
Catfish,
No, it's actually,
Oh boy.
restaurant names are kind of difficult to come up with. And we opened up 10 years ago, and we were struggling to come up with a name. And my wife kind of suggested, because at the time we had these two little cats, and they were super hungry, and they were literally, we'd go to work, and then we'd find them in the refrigerator when we got home. I mean, they were crazy.
No.
They were like,
this is like, wow, okay.
So seafood, cat, kind of made sense, you know. So that's how we came up with it.
A lot of in-depth research there, right?
So Matt has already wolfed half of it down. What do you think, Matt?
Really good.
Oh, is it really? Okay.
Don't eat the shell.
You want to know how to make it? You want to know how to make
why
it?
don't we learn how to make it?
I love learning.
What do we start with, chef?
Okay, so we've got our chorizo. We're just kind of rendering it off in the pan. And then we got our clams. It's super important to, you know, go to a seafood purveyor that you trust. I really recommend, you know, finding the small local purveyor in your town rather than going to a supermarket.
Why is that?
You really don't know when the seafood came in, and you really
they're not truthful with
I
it.
hate to say it, but you're right.
Yeah.
So.
Something's fishy about that.
Yeah, no, I know. I hate when they do that.
Good, I like that.
Let's talk about the clam a little bit, because some of them are. See, this one is like
Actually,
open. Now, what is that?
Well, it's not alive. So we don't want to eat that. I'm going to save you right now. I'm going to put it in there.
Okay, so when it opens up, what does that mean when it opens up?
Well, it's dead, so you don't want to.
You don't want to eat a dead clam. I thought they were all dead because they're out of the water.
No, they're still alive.
Okay.
They have a short. They probably have a 2 to 3 day shelf life in the refrigerator if they're properly stored.
So what does that mean? There's bacteria in here and stuff?
Well, they're not alive, and you know, there's kind of like a 50-50 chance if you eat it after it's cooked, you may be okay, but you know, let's be safe and avoid foodborne illness, right?
Okay. You want them closed or you want them open?
You want them closed.
You want them closed.
But see, that's the very reason I'm intimidated by making seafood and working even fish or this.
But it's really simple, you know. Use your senses, smell. You know, as we can see, this is open, so we're not going to use that.
But even with cooking and the fish and whatnot, is that what do you? I guess what advice would you have for people like myself?
Well, I mean, like I said, I would, you know, go to the smaller fish purveyors, but also, you know, like I said, fish, smell it. Get a whole fish. Look at the eyes; they should be clear.
Should it smell like the ocean, or what should it smell?
Well, it shouldn't be fishy.
Okay.
A fishy fish is probably an old fish.
Okay.
No. What did you just put in here?
So we just put in some Soffrito. It's onions, peppers, garlic, stewed with paprika and olive oil.
Okay.
We stew it for about 2 to 3 hours, and this is great.
Ooh,
this is very versatile. You can keep it in your refrigerator and add it to all sorts of things. It's great with eggs. So we're doing that.
Eggs.
We're going to take our clams. I went through and pulled out the ones that were open. Just gonna dump them in there. Turn the heat up a little. You kind of want to coat the clams with the fat from the chorizo.
Is that okay that I'm helping you?
Oh, it's great.
Oh, okay.
Love it.
I love it.
You can do it all.
Okay. I love doing it. Okay. And then.
So I turn my heat up to high.
Okay.
I've got some sherry right here, just some cooking sherry.
Could you use good cooking sherry? Because I use like regular drinking sherry. Can you use that
fine.
too?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Okay. So there's cooking sherry and then drinking sherry, right?
Exactly.
Okay. I'll let you. I'll let you do it.
So I put the sherry in there. I'm going to burn off the alcohol because you don't want a strong alcohol flavor in there.
Right.
So I turn it up to high. I'm going to cover it. Probably about 2 minutes. Hopefully the clams are going to start to open, and then we're just going to finish it with our black kale, garbanzo beans, and a little stock and butter.
Okay, great. Do we have anything in the oven, or we're going to wait for this to cook? No, we just have to wait for that to open. Okay. So
I have a question about that. When you get those, do you need to wash them when you get them, or before you put them in here? How do you
Definitely
prep
wash
them?
all shellfish, yes.
Okay.
They're gritty, sandy, mussels, you know, clams especially, oysters.
Okay.
We're primarily an oyster bar as well, and we scrub all
You
the
have to
oysters.
scrub them. Okay.
Definitely. You don't want grit or sand while you're eating anything.
How long does that stuff cook in there?
It's going to be about 2 to 3 minutes.
Is there any?
They're actually starting to open now.
I would love to get my kids a little bit more into seafood. Do you have children?
I have 3.
You have 3. Did you? I assume would they just grow up with this and it's?
They did. My wife's also a chef, so we, you know, we cook regular food, and we've always fed them regular food, and they're, you know,
Yeah,
they're fine with it.
just trying to get my
Really?
kids to be a little bit more open to different flavors and palates, and I would love for them to try this, but I don't think I stand a chance.
Sneak it into their Gerber.
yeah.
No, I think with the chorizo, you might be surprised. You know, it's not fishy or, you know, a scary, really oceany flavor. It's it's kind of more about the chorizo.
So what'd you add? Is this escarole or spinach? You added.
That's actually black kale, Tuscan
kale.
black kale.
Oh, great. Okay.
It's an heirloom
Garbanzo?
kale.
All right.
And we braise it with olive oil, and now we're gonna finish it up. Stock and butter, and we're gonna be ready.
Perfect.
Butter, and then what is this? Lemon?
Yeah.
Lemon juice?
That's just lemon juice.
Great. Okay.
A little trick, a little acid kind of on everything, really brightens up, especially seafood. So we're gonna finish it with the acid.
And the butter. You know what I want to do is throw a pound of linguine in there too sometimes.
You could do
you
that.
do that?
You could totally do
Because I
that.
love that.
Why
yeah.
not?
Yeah.
It's the Italian.
Yeah, it's the Italian.
there it is.
Can't help it.
Really
well,
is.
I'm gonna. Can I taste somebody's? Yeah. Okay.
Mine's all gone.
Is it?
You can pick through. Francis has some you can
I
try.
have a lot.